Thank you very much. Honorable Member for Jarra Central. Jarra Central, thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for granting me the opportunity to also throw my light on the bill that we have before us this morning, which is the draft Constitution 2020 of the Republic of the Gambia.
Sorry, Honorable, before you proceed, just allow me. I just want to get my records right. Did I get the Honorable Member for Sabiji? Was it Sabiji or Upper Fuladu? Who raised the time? Okay, then I'm right. Thank you. You can proceed, yes.
Honorable Speaker, as I was on my foot, first of all, I would commend the CRC, which is the Constitutional Review Commission, for inclusion of certain clauses which has never been in the 1997 Constitution, which ranges from the presidential term limit, inclusion of the, any national language to be used in the National Assembly, in the Gambian National Assembly chambers, so on and so forth. Honorable Speaker, however, there are also issues that I definitely, when I saw them in the draft, in the 2020 draft Constitution, I started thinking twice, Honorable Speaker. The Constitution of the draft Constitution, Honorable Speaker, started with a clause, most preferably clause 7.3, which reads, Honorable Speaker, if you might allow me the opportunity, the validity or legality of this Constitution is not subject to challenge by or before any court or other organs of state. Honorable Speaker, when the CRC was going around the whole country, I could fully remember the words that they were saying is that anything we put in this draft 2020 Constitution would be the view of the people, of the Gambian people, for that matter, not every, any person, but the view of the Gambian people. So, Honorable Speaker, if anything that this draft 2020 Constitution contains is the view of the Gambian people, this clause that this Constitution is starting with definitely is a thing that somebody should have to think of. If the Gambian people, their opinion is what is being put in this draft, yet they do not have the mandate, even whereas they are innocent of certain clause or certain section when this bill is being passed. They have no mandate to challenge it in court. Honorable Speaker, it is something that we have to think of. Personally, I myself, I have to think of this very, very passionate.
I'm looking for the clause that you referred to. Can you help me, please?
If you go to the draft, Honorable Speaker, the final draft, yes, the bill.
Just a section.
Okay, the bill.
Section 7.
7.
Yes, 7.
Yes, because I think you said section 10.
No, I said 7.
7.
I mean clause 7. Because it is not yet passed, so this is why I'm using the word clause. 7.3. Have you seen it, Honorable Speaker? May I continue, Honorable Speaker? Yes, thank you very much. It's a cause of alarm, Honorable Speaker, to me and the people that I represent, because if somebody is been confronted among my constituents and happens to be involved in any other issue where it has to involve court, and he is innocent in so doing, he will not have any legality to challenge this constitution. So therefore, Honorable Speaker, it's a cause of alarm for me. Honorable Speaker, we have been trying to open a new chapter in democracy, the Gambia, for that case. In so doing, Honorable Speaker, the draft should not have started with a clause of this nature. It is definitely inconsistent with the rule of law. This clause is inconsistent with the code of with the rule of law. And definitely, what we have to understand, Honorable Speaker, is that the Constitution is not equal to the 10 Commandments of God. The Constitution is not equal to the 10 Commandments of God, Honorable Speaker, because these things are made by human beings, and we all know that no human being is perfect. We can change it anytime we need, when the need arises. And we can add anything when the need arises. I'm just trying to buttress on that clause, Honorable Speaker, of which this draft is starting with. So, I cannot take this to be the 10 Commandments of God. On that being the case, I think that clause, something needs to be done about that clause. Honorable Speaker, when you go to the confirmation of judges, section, if you go to the confirmation of judges, Honorable Speaker, section 190, Honorable Speaker,
the principles and the merits,
yes,
not the details.
Exactly. Honorable Speaker, confirmation of the judges of the highest court of the Gambia, I think, is in this constitution is subjected to the approval of the National Assembly. If we pass this, that's what will happen. So any judge of high court that we are going to hire, his issue will be brought to the National Assembly for confirmation. Honorable Speaker, my fear here is that the issue might be politicized. We have seen what has passed during the last session. So this issue also, or that clause also, Honorable Speaker, need to be looked at very, very, very carefully. What a surprise was to me, Honorable Speaker, is that the CRC, in some instances, while drafting this constitution, the 2020 draft, would just go directly and cut from the Kenyan Constitution and paste. I'm not disputing the fact that they can go and make their research on various countries as how they work, but Honorable Speaker, cutting and pasting was not the reason why we instituted CRC in 2 years ago. We tasked them to go around the whole country, ask the view of the people, get it on board, try to see how to incorporate them into a constitution. But Honorable Speaker, instead of that, the clause that I have just quoted for you where this constitution started with is just a cut and paste from the Kenyan Constitution, 2010. They could have made some amendments. There's no problem. But cutting and pasting, and you call that the view of the people, of the Gambian people? Honorable Speaker, I say no. So many of these drafts here, many issues are here, are not view of the Gambian people. It's just a cut and paste from Kenyan Constitution, 2010. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I beg to take my seat.